Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stokes Seeds. Indoor seed starting is fun, easy, and economical. Now's the time to start your seeds. If you're looking to grow vegetable variety or add a punch of color to your flower garden, review the Stokes Seeds Starting Guide online. You'll find information about soil preparation, moisture, temperature, light, transplanting, and more. The Stokes Seeds website is a complete resource center you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Get growing with Stokes. Now, today's question. Fred, I know at the beginning of the program you mentioned now's the time for soil testing.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Well, Mark, let's just say that most home sites, there's never been a soil test. Therefore, many plants languish or die because no one investigated that soil in terms of its chemistry and structure, etc. Without going to an hour's lecture, let's just say that right now, as to the importance, we'll just say that it's really significant importance. Now then, in order to do that, it's the Soil Testing Service, 530 West Spring Street, Columbus, 43215. Phone number, if in that you probably have many a question, is 614-866 6900. They're also, you can visit them online at franklin.osu.edu. That will get you into their office and they can answer any preliminary questions. But it boils down to the fact it's only $11 per, well, let's just say samples. Soil sampling instructions are included, and that boils down to maybe picking the soil out of the top X number of inches, 4, 5, even 6 places, or if you're going to garden a 20 by 20, take all those samples out of that one area. And then you let them dry. Do not put them in the oven to dry them quickly. Just let them dry. Mix them together and send in what'll be about a old-fashioned film container full of soil. And then they will send you the fertilizer and or lime recommendations and the analysis and so on, and be glad to help you get a better garden by knowing its soil chemistry. So let me just go really quickly back through that. 530 West Spring Street, Columbus, 43215. Phone number 614-866-6900. Feel free to do it. Do it as soon as you can so that when you get ready to plant, you have the advice on what to do or not to do, and really educate you on the basis of how things will grow best in your site.
Now, this is through the Ohio State Extension?
That is correct. Yes, it is Ohio State Extension, and as I said, you can reach them online. It is, however, through franklin.osu.edu, but it does get you into Ohio State's College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Sciences, and it's one of those cooperative things that's throughout the state, but that's the one that I think most of you can reach without a problem.
Oh, now, Fred, soil conditions can differ even in somebody's lawn, but if you were going out to take a sample, where would you take one from a bed you're interested in, or would you take it from your lawn? What would you do?
Well, Mark, at $11 a crack, it isn't going to break most gardeners to do 2 or 3 samplings. So, to answer your question, yes, if you either have or you're going to build beds in a given area, and you're going to use a lot of the native soil, and want to know what to add and so on, then you would simply be testing from that area. If you're dealing with a lawn, you might go front yard and backyard, because quite often those root communities and sun and shade situations are quite different, and so too could be the chemistry. And then, two would be enough. 1, if you're just doing lawn, but then I would set aside the area that the beds are going to be in or are in and do that unto itself. And like I said, don't get in a hurry. this morning, I don't know where all it's raining, but it's raining here. I would not take any samples until at least Monday and then let them dry down. And what I do in that regard is I spread out things of that nature on thick pads of newspaper right under the catalytic converter on my car.
Aha, right in the middle.
Right in the middle, and put these things there to dry. Now, it doesn't get oven temperatures and so on, but it does happen to speed up a little bit, and I'm usually straight into the garage enough that I'm not driving over my test materials. So that's one of the places I have left. My neighbors kid me about hangs from the ceiling in my garage. I also use the floor space.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. Remember, lose the winter blues and garden indoors. Start your indoor seeding with the help of Stokes Gardening Guide, plus their online articles. For the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to stokeseeds.com. Catalogs are still available. Cultivating successful growers for generations.